Hi everybody, my name is Joey Lin and I'm here at Thinque Prep in Southern California. I'm a test preparation expert and I've been working with students all year on prepping for the AP Physics 1 exam. So I figured to help you out, I'd be going through some of the free response questions from this year's 2021 administration. I know some of you are prepping for administrations 2 and 3, so good luck to those of you. I hope this video helps you out as I try to work through it myself. So in question 4, we have a cylinder of mass m0 placed at the top of an incline of length that, and h0 shown as above, and it's released from rest. So again, we have V is equal to 0. And the cylinder rolls without slipping down the incline, so we know that some sort of static friction exists here, and then continues rolling along a horizontal surface. And then so when we have rolling without slipping, we know we're going to do some sort of rotational motion. So on the grid below, sketch a graph that represents the total kinetic energy of the cylinder as a function of the distance traveled by the cylinder as it rolls down the incline and continues to roll across the horizontal surface. Well, what's going on here? The total kinetic energy is going to be the rotational kinetic energy plus the translational kinetic energy. So I'll do like TKE maybe. So translational is the thing that moves in a straight line, and the rotation is the one going in a circle. But notice that if you use the conservation of energy, we start off with some sort of mgh, and that's going to end up equaling, the change in mgh is going to equal, or maybe a better way of doing this is moving this over here, the change in mgh is somehow going to equal the change in the kinetic energy. And so what's going to happen? The mass and the gravity aren't going to change, so the height is going to change. So the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the height. So as this thing drops down the ramp, we're going to lose kinetic energy, but then it's going to gain kinetic energy linearly. So from here to here, it's going to just go straight up. So let's draw that straight up line, and then it continues to roll across the horizontal surface. So now, if it's a frictionless surface, which is what we're assuming, do we see that? Yeah, it doesn't say, but we're going to assume frictionless. At that point, nothing's going to speed it up and nothing's going to slow it down. So at that point, we're going to have just a straight line. Doesn't matter where you draw the lines, but as long as it goes up here and it's horizontal over there. And does it need us to label anything? Nope, that's it. So here, the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the height. So now we have the cylinder placed at the top of an incline, and then we also have a block MO at the top of a separate rough incline. Okay, so when we have the rough thing, that means we know that friction exists. And then when the cylinder and block are released at the same instant, the cylinder begins to roll without slipping while the block begins to accelerate uniformly. The cylinder and the block reach the bottoms of their respective inclines with the same translational speed. So we can say like VC is equal to VB maybe. And then in terms of energy, explain why the two objects reach the bottom of their respective inclines with the same translational speed. And then this is the clear, coherent paragraph. So usually these paragraphs are worth 4 or 5 points. So let's see if I can figure out what those 5 points are going to be. So I think number 1, let's see, what do we need to do? Number 1 would be conservation of energy. Both the block and the cylinder start with the same amount of gravitational potential energy because they have the same mass and height, something like that. As the cylinder rolls down the ramp, some proportion or fraction of potential energy gets converted into rotational kinetic energy, while the rest gets converted into translational kinetic energy. So that's just describing the motion of the cylinder. The block, I would say on a frictionless surface, should have all the gravitational potential energy become converted into translational kinetic energy and would have a higher velocity, magnitude of velocity. However, because it is on a rough surface, the block loses velocity due to work from kinetic friction. Okay, so remember that the cylinder has static friction, the block has kinetic friction. If the blocks reach the bottom at the same speed, then their translational kinetic energies should be the same. Therefore, the amount of energy or work lost due to, or work done on the block by friction should be equivalent to the amount of rotational kinetic energy that the cylinder has. So I think this would be enough to get full credit. This is just my guess. So notice how I mentioned potential energy even if I didn't have to, but I think when you're talking about that, it's better to be clear and showing that you understand this, because maybe this is worth a point. I don't know if it is, but I do think that you will get some point here for like describing how the cylinder rolls versus how the potential or versus how the block rolls. I think you need to say something about work being lost due to friction. I definitely do think that's a point there. I do think that you will get a point saying that the work due to friction is also equal to the rotational kinetic energy. So if I were to award points, I think this part is worth 1 point, showing that these two are equal. I think saying that work is lost due to friction would gain a point too. I think 1 point for mentioning the conservation of energy, which I didn't do, shoot, so I need to get a point here for doing conservation of energy. And then I think 1 point for maybe describing the motion here, this understanding that some of it gets converted into rotational kinetic energy too. So that's where 4 points is. And then usually they give 1 point for no errors. So don't say anything like, I don't know, the Earth split apart. So correctly stating or implying conservation of energy. So I guess it's better to state that you're using conservation of energy, but I'm just going to state out here, no energy is lost as the cylinder rolls. And then over here you'd say something like, oh, energy is lost here. So just understanding that there is an external force there. And then so that's 5 points. And then if I want to go back and award 2 more points here, I think I'd award 1 point here for making sure it's linear and increasing, and then 1 point here to make sure that it's constant. Feel free to leave any questions below. I just want to make sure that you clearly understand what's going on here, so I'm happy to help.